Welcome back to the 2-Minute Warning, episode 439. Today I'm looking at the New England Patriots re-signing Cam Newton to a one-year deal up to or close to $14 million. But before getting into that topic, for those of you viewing, who is the all-time leader in receiving yards for the New England Patriots? If you know the answer, comment down below. If you do not, I reveal the answer at the end, so make sure to stay tuned. But looking at the New England Patriots, I actually really like this move. Some people might say they overpaid for Cam Newton since he was on a really cheap contract last year, less than $10 million. He was in the single digits, and now they're paying him up to $14 million. But overall, you're not going to get really a good deal in the NFL to pay a starting quarterback less than like $20 million. $14 million is a great deal. I mean, you got Dak Prescott making $40 million, and while Dak Prescott might be better in his career to this point than Cam Newton, is he really 2.5 times better than Cam Newton? Because that's what you're paying him, just as much, close to 3 times as much as Cam Newton. To me, no. So I think this is a good deal by the New England Patriots. However, there is a lot more work to go. Good thing is, a big reason the Patriots struggled this year, the receiving core is not great, the running back's not great, defense wasn't great, but they have the guys there. They just lost a couple of them due to them opting out due to coronavirus. However, they will be getting some of those guys back. They already have a good foundation. Like I said, Stephon Gilmore, they got Patrick Chung, and they got the McCourty brothers, but they have lost this past year due to opting out Logan Ryan, Dante Hightower, a lot of your key role players. And once they are all back, you have a really lethal defense. Like I said, between Gilmore, the McCourty brothers, Patrick Chung, Logan Ryan, Dante Hightower, really hold things down and be that Patriots type of defense that's well coached. Still got a great coaching staff in Josh McDaniels and in Bill Belichick, best coach of all time, arguably. So I do think this will be a better team this past year. Cam Newton's been under the Patriots system for a year. Things will click better, and your receiving core definitely needs some work. You will get Julian Edelman back due to injury. Not the greatest asset ever, but a great safety blanket for Cam Newton. And N'Keal Harry will hopefully develop. Jacoby Myers will hopefully develop. Marquise Lee will be back again. Not all-star players, but they will develop. They will emerge. They will get a little bit better, and I do think they'll be better than the team they were last year. Still got to make a big move or two, in my opinion. Maybe at number 15 overall in the draft, you could get lucky and get a Jalen Waddle or get a defensive back to help out even more, Patrick Surtain and Caleb Farley. So a lot of options. I'd love to see them pick an offensive weapon in the NFL draft. If not, in free agency, look at Kenny Golladay from the Lions. I'd love to see him end up in New England, Cam Newton. But there's other guys as well. Corey Davis, there's Juju Smith. I doubt Bill Belichick wants him because of the drama that comes with it. But there are options out there for the New England Patriots. They just got to jump on it. I think they'll be looking at the tight end market. We know Bill Belichick loves his tight ends. I wouldn't even be surprised if they traded up for Pitts. Don't think it will happen, but it is a possibility. Looking at the free agent tight end market, there's Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith, there's Robert Tonyan. Gronk's technically a free agent. I'm sure he'll be back with Tom Brady, but I'm just saying there's a lot of red zone safety blanket tight ends out there that Bill Belichick, I bet, has his eye on for Cam Newton. Their run game will get a little bit better. Sony Michel will get better. I do think this team, I don't think they can maybe make the playoffs just because Josh Allen's in your division and the Dolphins are getting better and the Jets got umpteen amount of first-round picks and draft capital and free agent cap space this year. So it will be tough, but I would not be surprised if Cam Newton, under a system he knows down packed, Bill Belichick, one of the best coaches of all time, New England Patriots defense is back to a top 5, top 10 defense, in an executed free agency where you get a Kenny Golladay, you get a Corey Davis, you get a Hunter Henry. This is a complete new team. You have a solid piece in your offensive line if you keep Joe Thuney. So really, this Patriots team can make a run at the playoffs. However, the AFC is tight in general outside of your division. We know the Chiefs, we know the Bills, we know the Ravens, we know the Browns, Steelers, they might drop off, but still, Titans, Colts, Dolphins, Chargers are getting better, Raiders are getting better, Bengals with Joe Burrow, who knows? This AFC conference is extremely competitive, and even with the extra 7th seed in the playoffs, it won't be easy for the Patriots to make the playoffs. However, I'm not outruling it. Cam Newton, still, even though he's making $14 million more than he did last year, it's still only a one-year deal, and he still wants his respect back, and we still want to see his MVP form. I'm not rooting for the Patriots, but I do want to see Cam Newton succeed again. I miss the MVP Cam. I hope the best for him, and like him being on the one-year deal, like I said, he will be balling out as much as he can and putting everything on the line. And I think this team can possibly go, 10-6, which doesn't guarantee you the playoffs because the Dolphins finished 10-6 last year and they didn't make it. But this team will definitely upgrade with Cam Newton, get him re-signed. I think they could be a serious threat with their defense back and then executed free agency and NFL draft. However, that is going to determine it all. You made one step in the right direction for your offseason, but there's a lot more steps to go. Can you execute? Can you hit it right off the bat for this free agency? That will determine it all. You have a great foundation in your coaching staff, in your quarterback, in your defense, but on offense, can you give Cam Newton the fortress of receivers that he needs? That will be the big question for the Patriots on determining how far they could go. But overall, I think this is a good signing for the Patriots. Yeah, it might be overpaid in someone's eyes, but to me, to get a starting quarterback that has a lot of upside for $14 million, it's worth the risk in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. And for your question, for those of you viewing, the all-time Patriots leader in receiving yards is, of course, Stanley Morgan. Thanks for watching, guys. 2 in the morning.